Cowboys fans, it's your host Slater here. If you bleed silver and blue and you want honest talk, no filters, you're in the right place. Leave a comment, like, subscribe, and enjoy the video.
Yeah.
So let's talk about Revel here, guys. This one's interesting too. Shavon Revel, he's a guy that Dallas took a chance on. Again, Dallas likes to take chance on injury guys. Jalen Smith, a couple guys before that. He tore his ACL when he was in college, so Dallas was able to kind of honestly steal him in the draft when they did. Revel is definitely a great project and has a great chance to be great in this league with his height at 6'2" and him being a 194-pound cornerback. He came back against the Raiders after the bye and played every game except the season finale. For the season, he recorded 35 total tackles, 3 pass deflections. PFF had him a grade at 35.2 with 334 snaps, which I was surprised to read. Honestly, I thought Revel had his rookie moments. I definitely think that he had those moments where it's kind of like, welcome to the NFL. Let's put you on Justin Jefferson and let's put you on, Amon-Ra St. Brown and some of the toughest guys in the league to come back against. But obviously, like, he showed potential. He showed his ability to be able to learn from those moments and grow in that skill as we get into the offseason. But like I said, it not only did they ask you to step up after the ACL injury when you came back and be our number 2 corner, but they were asking him to cover guys like A.J. Brown when I was looking at the film in your second game back. I loved how he showed flashes of being able to use his IQ. You could see his ability to understand where the guy is in coverage, understand where the guy is, if he's on man or zone, his ability to understand where he's at, but where it got him this year is like in the Lions game. Here's a great example. Tesla scores that touchdown right behind him. He's backpedaling the whole time, understanding what is going on. But in his mind, he still thinks he's in the college level. It's that game speed of, adjusting to the NFL speed, trying to get caught up in that and revamp yourself to understand that the NFL's faster. They're trying to run a little bit more tricks on you. They're trying to run their routes a little bit faster, a little bit harder. And he gets caught up in, trying to be a little bit of a hero. But as time goes on, I expect that to get better. Revel, like I said, appears to be a really smart football player of high upside. I see why Dallas drafted him, knowing that this would take a couple years to get going. But once he gets going, I expect big things from him, and I'm going to give him an overall grade of a C. I'm going to give the rookie some slack here. But, yeah, man, talking about Revel as you're putting the grade up there, is there anything that maybe you noticed from Revel? I mean, do you feel that maybe his IQ is there and maybe it's just adjusting to NFL game speed? Is it all about, just getting more reps and stuff and getting that knee brace off of him, getting comfortable with his knee again and gaining that confidence?
Yeah, I think it's all those things combined. He's very talented. He's going to be fine. It's just going to take time. I think that knee brace does hinder him a lot. I think it bothers him. And when you're a player at that level with that skill and size, that knee brace psychologically can do a lot to you and do a lot to your game, right?
Yeah.
And like you said, being thrown in when he was thrown in versus the kind of caliber of receivers he was facing, that's just something he's got to get used to. It's going to take time. He'll develop. He'll be fine. I agree with the grade that you gave him. I don't look at him as a player that needs to be looked at twice, so to speak.
Yeah.
I definitely think he's a solid member of the team. He'll be a staple moving forward. He's definitely a growth and development guy, but I think he's going to reach the caliber of player that he's supposed to. His ceiling's very high. I know it was at Carolina. So it's just going to take some time to get back there, being a rookie and on top of it, coming off of an injury, that's a lot to overcome. And I think he played very well considering those two things were against him. We had a tough schedule, especially where he came into the season at. The defense was kind of already off the rails. The attitude of the locker room on the defensive side probably had an impact on it too. I definitely think. Anyway, yeah, we'll get into that on a different day. But yeah, I think that's
Yeah,
fair.
the things that stood out on the film was his IQ's there, his ability to realize what's going on, the coverages that he's in, the guys who are around him, wide receiver wise. The biggest thing is it just sucked when he came back because he's playing against guys like AJ Brown, Rashee Rice, and then you had Justin Jefferson, and you had Amon-Ra St. Brown and the Lions guys, and Jameson Williams, and it wasn't an easy ask at the cornerback two position, especially when we were already injury depleted. Your safeties
Sure.
don't help you out. Your pass rush isn't getting home, and you're just being asked to cover a guy for a lot longer than you should be. So, yeah, that's why I gave him the C. But